to yet another exciting of Township Rollers right here on Galaxy Universal Network, Channel 500 on Star Set. Of course, we are coming to you live from our Midrand studios right here in South Africa. My name, of course, I am your host, Usihle Mngoma, Ucenge, Ubozini, sengisho yena uDodoza, umabhala ngozipho abanye bebhala ngepensela. Welcome, folks in studio. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Well, as you are sitting there at home, you are wondering, is this another interesting episode? Yes, indeed. We've got a gorgeous, lovely lady in studio. I will tell you a little bit more about it. Guys, we are firmly into level 1. As you have noticed from the recent reports, international borders are open. Life as we know it is getting slowly but surely back to normal, as we call it. So right here on Township Rollers, as we always say, we are here to make sure that you and your businesses are seen, heard, known, supported. We also want to make sure that you get in touch with the relevant people in the market or in the business where you are at, so that you can interact with like-minded people in the industry. So on studio today, please help me welcome a gorgeous young creative designer, an accredited facilitator, a lady of many, many talents, clearly. Her name is Dikeledi Dusty Maile Ngakane.
Yeah.
Welcome, my lady.
Thank you, darling.
Did I get that right?
No, you did, absolutely.
Dusty Maile.
No, it's actually Maele.
Like as in Mile.
It's M-A-E-L-E.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I got that right?
Yeah.
So it's a double barrel surname.
Let's rather stick to Ngakane.
Ngakane. Okay, we go with Ngakane.
Yes, thank you so much.
Interesting name. I'm intrigued by the name Dusty.
Wow.
How did that come about? I mean, what's so unique about this name?
Dusty, it comes a long time ago. Lee Club time.
Yes.
Yes, where we used to, rap on the street after school.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wasn't really good in like an emceeing or rapping or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was one of those who would just, wear their gears and, dye my hair blonde and all that.
And pretend to be rapping.
I don't be rapping. So I guess because of my hair, then the guys just decided to call me Dusty.
Oh, wow.
Because wherever I was, there was just life.
Right. So when I feel fela nje ke
Bona.
Ne?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So we've got the story behind the name. Now I want to know, who is Dusty? Where is Dusty from?
Dusty's from Soweto in Diepkloof. That's where I'm from. Yes.
So I'm a Kasi of Diepsloot. I mean Diepkloof, sorry, Diepkloof. Yes. So in Diepkloof, growing up, how was that like for you? I'm sure that must have been a couple of years ago.
Oh man, yeah. Well, it was really great. It's still great. It's just that compared to right now, the youth then,
Sure.
The community centers where we would go, and after school we'll just, do drama, do art, painting, modeling, imitating. I was in Carrie and all that. So yeah.
Interesting.
It was very interesting. We were kids. We were exploring. So it was interesting.
Well, that's great. Well, folks, we just need to take a quick ad break. We'll be right back with more with Dusty right here in studio. Stay with us.
Feel the heat. Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat.
And welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us right here on Galaxy Universal Network. Of course, you are still tuning in to Township Rollers right here on Galaxy Universal Network. We still have Dusty Dikeledi Ngakane on studio with us. Before we went to the break, she was telling us about herself and her name, Dusty, where it comes from. So, Dusty, welcome back to the show once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So, you were still telling me earlier on before we went to the break about the name and interesting times that you grew up in DK. Tell me more about that. You were saying.
Oh yeah, as I was still explaining, DK was actually interesting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys that I grew up with right now, they still start more the art industry. That's how we grew up. It was lovely. It was lovely.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, I just wish that right now, kids they could do the same.
The same.
It's unfortunate.
I suppose we're living in different times. Speaking of growing back growing up in DK, the school that you went to, which school was that, and when did you matriculate without giving away your age, of course?
I went to G.R. Harris, that was in Bosmont, that is my primary school.
Okay.
And then I went to Rand Girls in Braamfontein.
Oh, I know Rand Girls, yeah.
Yes. And then I matriculated at Orlando High, because Rand Girls, it was until standard 8.
Yeah.
And then Orlando High, I did my standard 9 and 10.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. And then obviously you went to tertiary after that.
I went to tertiary. I went to South Africa. I actually went to further my studies for under fashion designing. I did at South Africa. I did fashion designing there. And then after that, because of money issues, I just opted to get employment.
Right. Yeah. So subsidized for your education, of course.
Yes. And then when after a couple of years, I did some few courses at Lysoff. I did garment construction.
Right.
Yes.
Now in high school, what were your favorite subjects, if any at all?
I wasn't really good in maths.
Wow, welcome to the club.
I really hated maths and accounting. I was a history type of person.
Right.
I really enjoyed history.
So you're a rooted person.
I really enjoyed history.
Absolutely wonderful. So growing up, obviously we all have our passions, dreams and goals. What would you say you were passionate about as a young teenager or growing up rather in DK?
Wow.
Something that you're really passionate about.
Fashion, clothing.
Okay.
Clothing was my...
your first love.
My first love. Maybe it's because of my mother.
Right.
My mother used to work go the factory in Aroka and all that. And I was really interested in how she could just put small pieces together into one beautiful garment. And I was like, Mama, but then now it's like I want to do fast.
I want in.
Yeah, and then I did that.
So you would sit and watch her do this.
Yes, and I'll steal some of her fabrics and I will cut them into pieces as well and just wrap around my hair and And
so would you say then it became sort of like your hobby?
It was my hobby. It still is my hobby.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, because when I got into this fashion thing, it wasn't about me making money or growing a business. It was a hobby. I enjoyed it. It just made me, calm.
Right. Something drew you to it.
Especially when you create something that you love and something.
Yeah.
You become very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
You very
That's wonderful. So now, any other interest other than that, personally?
Oh yeah. I run another business called DNGK Wellness.
Now, I mean, like personally,
personally.
When you're growing up, personally, did you have any other interest apart from that?
No. Apart from that, not at all. Not at all.
So, with everyone, right, in their lives, there comes a defining moment. Personally. What would you say yours was? Where you say like, okay, right, this is where I'm heading.
The first time when I realized that a lot of people appreciate my work, and I'd see people wearing the clothes that I've done. For me, that was like yes.
Light went on.
Yeah. For me, that was like, yes. Yeah.
So then my next question would be now, as you said earlier on that your mom, obviously that's where you got the love for fashion came from. So would you say then she's your role model, or is there any other role model outside of that?
In a big way, she is.
How so?
I really look up to her. She's a very strong woman. She didn't really have much.
Yeah.
She didn't really have much.
Yeah.
She, I'd say, in our family, she was one of those who were not called educated, you know, but she had love. And for me, now, I really look up to her.
Shout out to you, Mom, right there at home.
Of course.
Now, given the opportunity to change anything, if at all, about yourself, would you change anything, and what would that be and why?
Oh, no, I am happy.
Absolutely content.
Yes, I am. I wouldn't want to change anything.
That is great.
I am happy the way Jehovah antirileng ka hona.
Hallelujah,
I am very happy.
Now, do you have any fears personally? Any phobias? Any fears that?
Phobias. I'm not sure if I should be saying this.
Feel free.
Phobias.
Yeah.
Don't really get along with, you know, crawling creatures.
Creepy crawlies is what they call it. So they egg you the wrong way.
I don't.
Oh, okay. So now, as a young, obviously, kid or young child growing up, you had obviously hopes and dreams. As you've also alluded earlier on, that fashion was one of them.
Yes.
Any other personal goals or dreams that you wanted to? You know how our parents, they always want us to be this and that and the other. What were your personal goals before you actually discovered fashion?
You know, with my mom, my family, nabasampi any pressure, you know, we want you to be a doctor or a psychologist. They knew right there and there. I'm like, this one, she's our artist in the house. Because I used to sing, I used to, you know, love clothes and, you know. So I think they knew. They just saw it in me. I'm like, this one could design a high.
Which I get it here own
no,
way.
this one could design a high.
So what would you say then are your best qualities and character traits?
You know what? With me, I'm a very free person. I talk. I talk a lot. I very opinionated
type of person. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm just a free spirit person.
Free spirit, yeah. And about the future, like personally, okay, beside the business side of things, what excites you? What do you look forward to on a daily basis?
Apart from the business side, being a mom.
Wow. Okay. Here's an interesting thought.
You said apart from the business side.
That's right. Yes. So that's what excites you every morning. Yeah. To go wake up and chase after those little rascals running around.
Yeah, in the near future, hopefully.
How many?
I would like to have 2.
Oh, you don't have yet?
No, not yet.
Okay,
not
so this
yet.
is something that you look forward to.
I'm still checking my bank balance.
Working towards the paper, right?
Because you know what, I don't want my kids to grow up more you know, clothes or whatever. It's stressing, it's depressing to see kids basena, you know, food or uniform to go to school, shoes. It breaks my heart. It just kills me.
It's unlike our generation to nowadays. They well, you would have known about Tusumu Taung's comment.
Unfortunately, I don't listen to
well, just to brief you, basically, you were saying about Casper having had his child after making all the money, just alluding to the point you're making, that a lot of our young people are irresponsible in that way. You know, it caused a row.
Okay. Now I just heard bits and pieces about that.
So it seems like you and your mom had like an interesting relationship. So how do you have any other siblings?
I do. I have older sisters.
Oh, okay. Older than you.
Older than me.
And how's that relationship?
I'm very close with my sisters.
Okay.
Very, very close. Whenever I need anything, they're just there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very close with my sisters.
And what would you say then were your childhood memories, best childhood memories, growing up? I know it's a way back to kind of think.
I'm trying to remember. No.
You know, we used to do kites and stuff and things like that. You know?
I wasn't. I was very bad, more batting and all that.
So when I know sadlale bo black mampatile.
No, I didn't call man.
Koti.
No, I tried.
Yeah.
I tried, but I kept on falling each time.
No,
No, I'd rather go to the community center.
right.
Kilo dancer.
Oh, you sing as
You
well?
know, well, I used to.
Okay.
I used to. You know, when you're a child, you believe that you have a beautiful voice.
Right,
you know?
right. Up until you get a
Up
third.
until you grow up, I'm like, hi, Bo. How about you keep it down?
Yeah. Now, you know, most right, whenever you interact with people, especially when growing up and stuff like that, you come into your own, and then you get to know yourself better. Now, obviously, other people, when you interact with them, they will have certain misconceptions about you before they get to know you. What would you say maybe are your misconceptions?
That I'm cheeky.
Okay.
But I'm not. So once you get to know me, she's actually a nice person. I you know, I love to see people smile around me with
Right.
like I like peace.
Yeah.
If there's no peace, I just cage in. You know. But yeah, a lot of people think like first impression like, oh, you know.
Right. Mara, would you say that is less like an appearance type of thing, or maybe serious?
When you obviously like like the first time,
You don't come with
you definitely no. You definitely think, this one Okarish is full of herself, or
Right.
cheeky, or but oh no.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked.
Yeah. It's more like
You'd actually wish
it's actually more like what that's actually it's very similar to my one. You know, when people first meet me, because I don't know, I seem to have this mean type of Mr. Serious type of appearance when you first meet me.
Yeah.
And then I start talking.
Then
like,
the action happens.
I thought that you were like this. I thought you were like that. I was like, no, that's not me. So that was you. That's actually
Definitely,
your misconception.
100%, definitely.
Other than that, anything perhaps about you that people don't know?
No. Other than that, but I just love life, man. I appreciate life.
Wonderful. Well, you certainly look like it. You look radiant. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, guys, as you've heard from Udike Lady, she's a radiant, bubbly personality. So don't be fooled by her looks, right? There's a very cheeky, naughty, smile person behind this person sitting right here. So don't you go anywhere. We got to take a quick ad break, and we'll be right back with more with Dike Lady right here on Galaxy Universal Network.
Getting to the heart of the matter is courage. Getting to the heart of the matter is transformation and passion.
With 168 hours in a week, I hope you will share one of them with me, Dr. Tony Luck, every Wednesday from 3:30 to 4:30 as we get to the heart of the matter. With the many, many issues that are confronting our world today, I am convinced that together we can craft amazing solutions, not only that will transform our lives, but the lives of our children, the lives of our families, the lives of our communities, the lives of our nations, our world, our environment. So every Wednesday I will be on Galaxy Universal Network, StarSat Channel 500, so that we can have this exciting discussion. And I'm looking so forward to you joining me. So we're going to really get to the heart of the matter. May God bless you.
Feel the heat.
I love Adam Selman.
The girls are really thin. I think it looks very glamorous from the outside.
The life of a model in New York City.
There is such cool prints. So many.
You know, I'm buying this.
Look at me and all the selfie sort of thing. Honestly, I didn't really know that was actually a job. It just didn't occur to me.
Congratulations.
Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with StarSat.
And welcome back to Township Rollers, right here on Galaxy Universal Network, channel 500 on StarSat. We are still chilling with Dikeledi, aka Dusty Ngakane, on studio. So she was telling us before the break about herself and her radiant self. So right now we just want to talk a little bit more about why she's here today, which is her businesses as a young budding coming entrepreneur. So we just want to know more about what she does and her business, and basically how she navigated the storm of COVID-19, as it were. Welcome back to the studio, Dusty.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you once again for staying with us right here on Galaxy Universal Network. You are a founder and the owner of DNGK and Dusty Creations.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Tell me about those two businesses. How did, first of all, the names? Tell me about the names. Dusty, is it DNGK? Is that a combination of your surname?
Yeah, Dikeledi Ngakane.
Right.
Wellness. So,
okay.
So
Okay.
it's DNGK Wellness.
DNGK Wellness.
Yes.
And then the Dusty Creation side, Dusty obviously.
Yeah, that's my name. That's
from Dusty, your name.
Yes.
Okay, so when did Dusty, when was it established?
Hey.
Or were they established on different times?
Dusty Creation, see, it's not so long ago we registered, but Yona, it's been years, more than 5 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's more than 5 years.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so I've started this business way back, just doing clothes, bags.
Yes.
Earrings. So it was just to concentrate on accessories because I don't really enjoy like to do a full garment. It just takes a lot of my time.
Okay.
It takes a lot of my time. So it's like, okay, because I like to create stuff. So the fashion idea, what else can I do?
Sure.
Because I'm very good with my hands. So I'm like, accessories. I love accessories.
Right.
So yeah, and then that's when I started to master and just started doing accessories. So I specialize in beaded accessories and fabric ones.
Wow.
So again, what I also do is I revamp old shoes. If you give me an old shoe, I just cover them with fabric.
Wow.
Any fabric you like.
More like customization.
Yes. I just revamp all shoes. Then I do bags as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, I did say also that you are an accredited facilitator. Tell me more about that.
Yes, I am a accredited facilitator under DNGK.
Right.
I give training to anybody who's interested, whether you a young person, old person, male, female, whoever's interested to make money.
Yes.
Like on how to make money, because it's tough. It's tough out there. A lot of people they lose their jobs,
right.
You know, and you know.
So it's more like giving back to the community.
Yes, that's what I do. I run workshops on how to teach people how to make candles, massage oils, and bath salts. Okay. Yeah, so far.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so far.
Now, earlier on, you talked about, obviously, you had to register your businesses and stuff like that. On a survey conducted by World Bank Doing Business Survey 2019, I did mention this last week on our last episode, that it was found that South Africa actually ranked 134 out of 190 countries, whereby the ease of doing business, starting up a business from the ground, it is that difficult because of red tape. What would you say were your challenges, like the red tape in terms of having to register your business? What were your challenges?
You know, I didn't really wanted to register my business.
Okay.
To be honest, because remember from the beginning I said, starting this business, it wasn't about making money at all.
Of course.
So I wasn't really clued up for, okay, fine, I could already start a business. And I was thinking about tax.
Yeah.
I'm not making a lot. It's not funny. Especially when you run a small business.
Sure.
You're not making a lot.
The margins
and then
are fine.
Then tax. It's like, how does that work? I'm still learning. I still need somebody to just, sit down with me and school me in terms of, a registered business, how it works, and.
Sure.
Yeah.
So basically, when you actually registered it, the process, how was the process for you?
It wasn't difficult to, come to think of it. There was a very close friend of mine who just passed away just a couple of months back. He's the one who actually helped me to register, especially Dusty Creations. He did everything for me, and he explained just the advantages of registering like a business. Or having a contract, maybe to merge with any other company, whatever, or to approach like bigger companies. It's best if you have a registered business.
Now, obviously, with every business, the biggest challenge is always funding and capital. Now, did you have to have capital to get Dusty Creations and DMGK?
I did.
How did you manage to raise that? How?
I have a 9-to-4 job.
Of course, as many people.
Yeah. Because honestly, to open a business is not easy.
Yeah.
Personally, I know. So with the salary that I was getting from the work that I'm doing, I'd still couple of rands and just go buy fabric and beads, just to make accessories, and that's how I started.
Talk about being proactive. And some of the challenges that obviously you faced when you were starting up. What were those? And then how did you overcome them? Because as you know, they say that a lot of small businesses they flop within the first year of opening. How were you able to sustain it up until for 5 years?
Because of the love I have for what I am doing. Look at the bigger picture.
Sure.
Where do I want to be in 5 years from now, So the challenges I'll say it was me selling my stuff and price and like, this is how much.
Right.
This is how much, It was difficult. I don't want to lie, it was very difficult. Because
passion carried you through.
But passion carried me through, and I'd say right now I'm okay. I know the in and outs now.
So as a young woman, obviously, in general, in business, would you say that young women, especially in our society, our patriarchal society, would you say young women still, have to prove themselves? And why do you think that is? And how do you think we can change that mentality?
It's very sad especially when you talk about that. We very serious in terms of business, like bona and do something for myself. If feel like I am pushing in your business. But as we sit here now, it's difficult, Mara, if you know what you want, you just have to work smart.
Right.
You just have to work smart.
Now, in terms of changing such mentalities and perceptions, what do you think it would take, for South Africa as a society, as a country, to start, believing, investing in more women, empowerment?
Basadi rona re na le ditsela tse dingata gore re ka change the way batho ba re bonang ka teng, and na personally I feel gore nna le wena re equal, in terms of mmereko nna le wena re equal.
Sure.
Just fela gore le gale batho ba ngata na ba sanke basadi serious gore I mean basadi re weak, a re gone go put our foot down gore enough is enough,
right.
Because I think le emotions that's ena mo wa bona, so re ya ka di emotions haholo.
Now, you've just said now that Naluena, we are equal, right? So obviously, I'd just like to hear your views in terms of equal pay, equal work for women in the corporate, whether in small businesses, wherever. What are your views in terms of that?
You know, I still don't understand. I get tlhaloganye, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's really not fair. And I still don't understand
Go tla jwang. Because Naluena, it's the same job. More money
same
than
qualification.
You. Yeah.
I still don't understand.
You think we still
or
hold
maybe
together?
It's because ke taba ya gore ba re monna ke tlhogo ya lelapa o tlamele gore a tlhokomele lelapa, and then rona re, you know.
But we are in 2020.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the way I think that's how it started.
Yeah.
You know, how I think that's how it started.
So now don't you think obviously it's time those type of misconceptions, there's
it needs to
change.
End. It needs to end. It needs to change.
Absolutely.
It needs to change.
Now, as I mentioned earlier on the top of the show, that we've just come from COVID-19, which has affected a lot of people personally and professionally. Now, as a young and upcoming entrepreneur, personally, how was COVID-19 for you personally and for your business? And how were you managed to, navigate that situation?
For me personally, in restricted to the point where I couldn't, like in my business, I interact a lot with my clients. But I couldn't because of COVID-19.
Right.
But in terms of Dusty Creations, it's really like azange affecta ha because it was registered.
Sure.
And then I managed to get the permit around.
Yes,
only
yes,
that
yes.
Dusty Creation was just okay. Azange affecta ha.
Okay.
The only one that really got affected was the DNGK, because I couldn't give my workshop. I couldn't run my workshops. Yeah, unfortunately.
So, but then now during this time, how were you able to generate revenue and create a string of income during this difficult time?
Because of the masks.
Oh yes, yes.
I concentrated on making masks because I couldn't make accessories.
Yeah.
Because on the permit I had to be very specific. It has to be essential.
Of course.
So I'm like, let me rather do masks in order for me to generate income.
Right,
yes.
right. And it fell within obviously the regulations of COVID-19 and lockdown.
It did.
Wonderful. Now, in terms of the mask and all the other beautiful creations that I'm sure our viewers will be taking a look at right now, as a young creative, please take me through the process of everything. From the accessories, the lovely accessory that you have right there, to the mask, to the fabrics that you use, to the candles. What is the process of each of those when you manufacture them?
Look, so in terms of Dusty Creations,
yeah.
I buy beads. I just use my hands. That's it. And then with candles, obviously, equipments for that part, it's still lacking.
Okay.
It's still lacking.
All
so
right.
I still need to get more funds in terms of equipment.
Yes. So that's what you would say you still need in terms of furthering your business.
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, if there's anybody out there watching and would like to sponsor Udike Lady, please shout. Her details will be on the screen as we continue with our conversation. Now, in terms of the products that you present or rather render the services to, who would you say your target market is? Is it tailored specifically to a certain kind of market? Or?
No, not at all. Hey, not at all. Anybody appreciating
beautiful things.
Beautiful things. Why not? I can a certain target market. But no. Anybody appreciating art. For me, that's good enough.
Wonderful. Now, obviously, as a standalone or one-woman show, as it were, I'm sure you can't manage to do all of these things by yourself. So, would you say what is your staff complement? Like, do you have a number of people that are working with you, for you, under you?
No, not anybody working under me, except my family. They do assist.
They chip in.
No, they do. They've been they've been very helpful in a big way. And I really appreciate it in a lot. Like for an example, one of my nephews would just say, "Ay, mama, ni khopela gore ke be one of the models."
Oh, okay.
And then he'll just wear one of those the mask cuffs for winter collections, and the other one, she's 8. She'll also, like khopela apara mask.
Yes.
And if I had like a lot of orders to make, my sister will come over and we'll sit right through the night and we'll just make orders.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
they will assist, even my mom as well, as old as she is.
So you say your family plays a huge role in terms of furthering your business.
Oh, yes, they do.
That's wonderful.
Yes, they do. And I
keep it like that. Keep it like that, guys. So we need all the support. All our small businesses do need support, especially from the families, because obviously it is hard on them. So the more support they get, the better. So now, in terms of the client, or rather your favorite work, the favorite work that you've done, what would you say are your favorite pieces or the work that you're most proud of?
Wow, for this year, the winter collection was awesome.
Okay.
And the mask scarves for the winter collection, it was very nice. It went out, like it was sold out within a split second, really. Yeah.
That is awesome.
I'd say that was my main one.
And how do people then get a hold in terms of when they want, your garments? Do they hit you up or they call you directly?
They do.
Where do you also present your stuff?
Social media, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
I also use word of mouth as well. Also helps. Yes, it really plays a big role.
Markets?
Markets, yes. Speaking of markets, when I started DNGK,
yes,
there was a market called Weekend Market where I started to sell my bath salts and massaging oils, and Sweater Theatre, the Art and Craft Fair, as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that one, I give it thumbs up.
Yeah, wonderful. So I was about to ask that, how big a role do you think social media play in terms of marketing nowadays?
It plays a very, very huge role because a lot of people uses social media a lot. Everybody's on their phone every second. So social media helps a lot.
But now, as you say, a lot of people do use social media. Now, you hear about bloggers and YouTubers and whatnot and content and all that stuff. Would you say a lot of people, even though they are on those social platforms, would you say they know how to turn that into cash?
Sure, I wouldn't know, hey? I wouldn't know. I'm also interested to know.
Is it? So you're one of those that still need to be schooled as far as that is concerned?
Look, me and technology.
Now,
yes.
Now, in terms of our government, right? Would you say they recognize the challenges that small businesses from our townships, that they face? Do you think they recognize the challenges? And why is that, do you think?
You know what? In terms of the small businesses, because they just don't take it serious. Especially when they know Soweto people, like Kasi people, we struggle a lot.
Yeah,
we do struggle, and we make end meets.
Sure.
I had totally funding. It's even if funding anything, how you're available,
So, based on that, what would you then like to see improve, especially in the creative arts and industry or business? What would you like to see improve or change?
If only our government would fund more into the small businesses, especially Kokasi.
Right.
I'd really appreciate that.
And some workshops, perhaps?
And some workshop as well. That will also help our youth.
Make it more a bit accessible.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. That's wonderful. Okay, so now in terms of DNGK and Dusty Creations, you said you've been in it for 5 years.
Yeah, especially Dusty Creations, yes. It's more than actually 5 years. Then DNGK, it's 5 years.
Okay, wonderful. It's been a good couple of years, I would say.
It has been. It has been because for me, as I said from the beginning, it has started as a hobby. I'm enjoying it. It just calms me down.
Right.
You know, it just takes away the stress.
Right.
Yes.
Well, let's hold that thought. We'll be right back. We need to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more with Dusty right here on studio. Please do stay with us.
I loved him. I really did. But I don't think love looks like this.
Ntate we, abuti we, o ikutlwa jwang ho shapa mosadi? O ikutlwa jwang ho bona la ka o monna empa o se monna? Tlohelang ho shapang basadi. Re kgathetse ke lona. Ke re tlohelang. Enough is enough.
Kukhane niyokwazi ukuthi nabo abantu besilisa bayashaya. Bayahlukumezeka. Sekwanele. Masihlanganeni. Enough is enough.
Laat ons mekaar bystaan. Blank. Swart. Jy sien my vandag, jy weet nie wie ek is of waar ek vandaan kom nie. I am who I am today because of what you made me. We're saying enough is enough.
I knew she was being abused and I knew he was the abuser, but I looked away. I saw the hashtags RIP and I shared it without thinking that I could have stopped it. Say no to gender-based violence.
Enough is enough. Gender-based violence, it starts with me. Galaxy Universal Network, we stand together.
Feel the heat.
You said you love me. I do.
Sure. Yeah.
Leave Brown's money. Oh, no, you don't. Get out of my way. Get out.
That is an abomination.
All the love you promised me.
Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah?
Feel the excitement.
You don't know how I've been longing for this.
Feel the heat with Starsat. Feel the heat.
I love Adam Selman. The girls are really thin. I think it looks very glamorous from the outside.
The life of a model in New York City.
There is such cool prints. So many.
You know, I'm buying this.
Look at me and all the selfie sort of thing. Honestly, I didn't really know that was actually a job. It just didn't occur to me.
Congratulations.
Feel the excitement. Feel the heat with Starsat.
And welcome back to Township Rollers, right here on Galaxy Universal Network, channel 500 on Starset. Thank you very much for staying with us. We are still chilling with Udike lady, Dusty Ngakane, right here in studio. She was telling us more about her business before we went to an ad break. So I just want to find out more now about what she thinks in terms of education and business. As I said earlier on in our conversation, a lot of businesses, especially small businesses, they fall or rather fail within the first year of starting. So I just want to get her views in terms of what she thinks education, or how critical or how important does she think education is. Dike lady, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. As I've just mentioned, I just want to know from your side, as a young businesswoman coming up in your industry, how critical, how important do you think education plays a role in ensuring that, you know, young people start their businesses and sustain them?
Honestly, education is very, very important. I've speaking from experience.
Yeah.
As from the beginning, I said this fashion thing. It started as a passion, but when time goes on, I realized that I needed to going to fashion school in order to know the details on how to start a business, how to go about it, you know. So hence I went to a fashion school. So that's how important it is. And as well, it's also important when you want to make your business grow. Right now, I'm trying to approach big companies, you know, to sell my accessories, like your Woolworths, your Mr. Price. If I didn't have any clue about fashion designing and I didn't have certificate or I didn't go to school, I don't think where I am right now, you know. And again, in terms of running a business as well, at the present moment, I am doing like an online course that right now, because of the COVID-19, I see a lot of like on social media, they running like the online courses. So I am doing project management so that I can be able to run my own businesses.
Wonderful.
You know?
And there you have it, folks. As you can hear, that is how she's managed to stay in the business for 5 years. Now, Dike Lady, in terms of small businesses, Emakas, like I said, do you think young people take their businesses seriously to the point where they are having an impact into the economy?
No, man. You know what I've realized, especially Kokasi, businesses that my brothers and sisters are opening for themselves, it's just to sustain you know, and they don't have beyond that, you know. We really are struggling. You know, businesses that we are opening is just for buy bread and buy clothes for them, and that's it. That's it.
Now, in this 5 years that you've started DNGK and Dusty Creations, what would you say, you know, have been your lows and then your highs as well?
Since the year has started and this COVID thing has started, the lot of work that I've been getting and clients and everything, I'd say the disadvantage and the lows was the office space.
Wow.
I struggled.
Can you imagine?
That was the most hardest part I've ever experienced. Ever since I've started both businesses. It was the office space. You know, because as I said, I work from home. You know, I work from home. When I have a lot of orders, I have no space whatsoever. So I am working towards that.
So would you say those were your lows basically during this year?
Yes.
And then what would you say were your highlights, your highest moments in the businesses, both businesses? What the pleasure that you've derived from it?
Recognition. Recognition. I didn't know, like, a lot of people were recognizing my label, especially Dusty Creations. I wasn't aware because I'd get clients from Val. Remember, I'm from Soweto. I'd get clients from Cape Town and Limpopo as well. And for me, it was overwhelming. It was very overwhelming, and I didn't know where to start. Did
now the demand start to grow after that? After you got this recognition, now you see a lot of people appreciating your work.
A lot.
Wonderful.
And I appreciate every, single one of them. I really do appreciate.
And then would you say that is you would say your greatest achievement so far, getting that recognition?
It has.
That is wonderful. Now, in terms of sustainability, right? Coming into entrepreneurship, how do we achieve this? I think I may have asked you this, but in another view, I just want to know, in terms of sustainability in your particular craft and in business in general, how do you think we can achieve this as young, small businesses, Amakas, once we have established? What do you think is important to achieve sustainability? Because obviously that leads to longevity, which is what you want as a young business person, right?
For myself, to sustain this, I need more to market myself. more.
Critical.
Yes, I really need to do that. And for my business as well, I need to, especially the DNGK.
Yes.
I'm looking to get my products on the shelves, especially your bath salts and massaging oils and all that. I'm looking to, to put them on the shelves. So that's where I'm really heading right now.
So marketing. Well, wonderful. Well, let's hope that you having been here on the show, you will get more orders and you will get to, reach a wider audience, which is the whole point and the whole aim and the goal of this particular show, Township Rollers. Well, folks, as you've heard from Udike Lady, I just want to, before we close, I just want to find out if people want to, order your stuff, get in touch with you, where can they get a hold of you?
I'm on Facebook as Dusty Creations.
Yeah.
And then on Instagram, it's Alosia Nkele. Yes, Alosia Nkele.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then contact details, it's 066 4444 379.
So they can contact you directly.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Folks, as you've heard, please do support the young lady coming up in the industry and get in touch with her. Place your orders. Make sure that you appreciate, as she's mentioned, her lovely work of creation with her hands. Folks, it's been a great episode. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope you also enjoyed watching it as well right here on Galaxy Universal Network. Please do check us out on Galaxy Universal Network. Please watch the show, like and share. Tell us also, just drop a comment there and tell us what you thought of this episode. And also maybe just tell us what you would like to see us covering in the coming episode. It's been great, folks. And hey, remember, success is around the corner, right? So remember, never give up, never give in. So keep hustling, keep grinding.
Yeah.
Till next time, it's Sihle signing out.